government's policy and priorities in areas ranging from the economy to foreign policy and criminal justice. Here's more in this report.
Mr. Speaker, the King commands this Honourable House to attend His Majesty immediately in the House of Peers.
For the first time as monarch, Britain's King Charles III began a session of Parliament.
My Lords and members of the House of Commons, it is mindful of the legacy of service and devotion to this country set by my beloved mother, the late Queen, that I deliver this, the first King's speech in over 70 years. The impact of COVID and the war in Ukraine have created significant long-term challenges for the United Kingdom. That is why my government's priority is to make the difficult but necessary long-term decisions to change this country for the better.
Presenting the British government's legislative priorities as a part of tradition-rich ceremony that tested his ability to demonstrate the political neutrality for which his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, was famous. The King read out a speech written by Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's government outlining its legislative plans for the next year.
My government will continue to take action to bring down inflation, to ease the cost of living for families, and help businesses fund new jobs and investment. My ministers will support the Bank of England to return inflation to target by taking responsible decisions on spending and borrowing. These decisions will help household finances, reduce public sector debt, and safeguard the financial security of the country.
The government said it was making difficult but necessary long-term decisions to change this country for the better. However, opposition politicians and business groups called it lightweight speech short on measures to kickstart a sluggish economy. It's almost certainly the last speech before a national election.
My ministers will seek to attract record levels of investment in renewable energy sources and reform grid connections, building on the United Kingdom's track record of decarbonising faster than other G7 economies.
And Rishi Sunak's last chance to set out major legislative plans since he became Prime Minister just over a year ago. The last session of Parliament opened in May 2022, when Boris Johnson was Prime Minister and Queen Elizabeth II sat on the throne. Agency Report, Republic TV.
European Union sends plane with humanitarian supplies to help civilians in Gaza, taking off from Ostende in Belgium. The plane will land in Egypt, where the 45 tons of humanitarian aid, mostly medicine, medical equipment and nutritional items, will be unloaded before being transferred by truck to Gaza. European Union welcomes Jordan's King Abdullah II and his son, Crown Prince Hussein, to its Brussels headquarters. The Brussels-based institution is trying to keep close diplomatic relations with Jordan, even as the Israel-Hamas war is underway. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Japanese Foreign Minister Yoko Kamikawa met on the sidelines of a G7 meeting in Tokyo. The Japanese Foreign Minister expressed condolences for the victims of the Hamas attack in southern Israel on the 7th of October. Foreign and Defence Secretaries of the UK and Japan met in Tokyo on Tuesday to discuss deeper military cooperation under a new security pact that allows them militaries to enter each other's territory for joint exercises. Japanese Foreign Minister Yoko Kamikawa welcomes foreign ministers from the group of 7 industrialized nations for a 2-day gathering in Tokyo, expected to focus on the Israel-Hamas war, the Russia-Ukraine war, and tensions in the Indo-Pacific region. Massive snowstorm hits Russia's far east, causing traffic disruption in cities. Russian state TV showed